this morning in The Buzz, brought to you by the Comedy Connection. Tom Brady, yes, he is retiring again. Yes, I know.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
He called, he said, I'm done, I can't take it anymore.
He let you know first.
Told me first, right? He announced it to his fans, first me, then his fans, with a social media post yesterday morning.
You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year, so really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many.
He did get emotional. Brady called it quits after 23 seasons in the NFL and 7 Super Bowl wins. That's incredible.
It is incredible.
Really
Look,
incredible.
the guy had nothing else to prove.
Right.
You know, he's done it. He's done it all. He has more money than he will ever know what to do with. You know, fans still love him as much as they complain and everything else. If he was to walk into a room, all these people who are whining and complaining, they wouldn't know what to do or what to say.
No. They'd be all over him.
They'd be beside themselves.
Yeah.
Look, the thing I say, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, and I said it yesterday, I think he really is just, I think the divorce, the kids, and everything else really, and probably no fault of his own.
Yeah.
No fault of his own, but really took a toll on him like it would anybody. The guy is a human being.
Absolutely. And this is what I think too. I mean, we are about the same age.
Right.
He's much older than me at 45, and I'm 44.
Older.
So obviously I'm a baby compared to him.
Right.
But I will say, I can't imagine doing something since high school.
Sure.
And then going to college and doing it, and then really just the discipline he has had throughout all of these years.
Right.
And then being in the public eye, and then being married to one of the most famous supermodels in the world.
Right.
Every move you make is watched, you know, and then, you know, we were kind of saying this morning, people are like, well, he didn't have a great season, but he did have a great season stats-wise.
Right.
He just didn't make it to the big game,
Yes.
right? Or as fans like to see. So you saw the emotion really in that video. I mean, the fact that he kept it together and didn't actually kind of let the tears fall.
Right.
But listen, I watched the video as a mother. I did.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, like, you know, I did. You felt the emotion in it, and it has to be tough to actually come up and say, listen, I'm gonna go out now.
Now, TMZ just reported just a couple of minutes ago that he is not going to be rushing to be going to sit in the broadcast booth. He has like a $300 million contract with Fox. They said he is not going to be rushing to do that. They said he actually wants to spend time
With his family.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't be too surprised if eventually down the road he's back with Giselle again.
You think this is going to happen? He's saying it here, February 2nd,
him sitting
2023.
We all go for walks on the beach when things get, you know, rough, right? People go. Yes. And him sitting on that beach, he had tears in his eyes. He was very emotional about it.
Yeah, he was.
And it was a time of great reflection for him.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
Well, he called you after, obviously, right? I mean, he called you, he let you know.
Something more is up, and I hope something good happens for him.
Yeah, me
too.
too.
Not a career-wise, the guy doesn't need any of that, but I hope he's back with his kids and his family.
Hey, we're rooting for you, Tom.
Yes,
we're rooting for you.
Right.
Brendan, what do you think?
What do you think?
Yes, I am like the Tom Brady of local television.
Right,
as many.
Yeah, you are the goat.
But we were just told that apparently Robert Kraft has said that he would be open to signing Tom Brady to a one-day contract. There was speculation, you know, last year when he retired for 2 weeks, that he might sign a one-day contract with the Pats so he could retire as a New England Patriot. So Kraft has said that he would be open to that, which could be really nice. I mean, I know he went to Tampa Bay and had success there these last 3 years, winning another ring, but you know, we recognize him. He's synonymous with the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think about all those great years, and he brought so much joy to so many. What are you cackling at?
I'm just laughing because people, if that happens, people will lose their minds.
They will. All
these people who are complaining about him right now will lose their minds.
They will get their jerseys right back out, their hats, their scarves.
So stop it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everything.
So we'll have to see what happens, but right now I'll tell you what's going to happen. You know, if you watch The Road Show every day, it's time to check in with our viewers to see what you all have to say. Hang on, wait for it, about this topic right here this morning. Mark Monroe. It's really become a magic act, hasn't it? Mark Monroe says, I think he'll be back. Well, I guess anything's possible. I'll believe it when I see it. Don't ever say never, because life is full of changes and you've got to change with it or get left behind. That's true, but I don't know. I think he's done this time. Harry Deribian adds, I think this time it is real. Yes, indeed. Nancy Almeida shares, I think Tom means it this time. Heck, I'm retired and I'm enjoying life and I don't have the money that Tom has. Yeah, imagine just how much enjoyment he can have in in life, doing anything he wants. That's amazing. And lastly, as only she can, Jeannie closes out the comments today simply asking, who knows? None of us really know anything if you really get down to it, right? Thanks for chiming in, everyone. We appreciate when you do. Follow us at The Rhode Show. You know, people, they come up to me all the time. They say, Larry, how can I get my name on The Rhode Show? And I say, just follow us. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave your comments, and you never know, yours may be read right here on the air.